Yo, what's good? What's good? It's Magoo. Alright, so I'm back up here. Once again, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the like, hit the sub. Yep. So I got an announcement coming for you guys next week. So stay tuned to that. Alright, we about to take shit to the next level. You feel me? We about to take shit beyond the level that we're at. We're about to do shit at heights unimaginable. I'm talking about things that have never been seen in history. Trust me, we're going to be on a path like no other. Trust me, there will never be anything quite like it. There's never been nothing quite like it before. You know, we as martial artists, you know, we deal with a lot on and off the mat. You feel me? On and off the floor. And so we have to be able to deal with that shit. And part of dealing with that shit is making sure that we have the right tools and information around us to help us understand what our situation is. So anyway, more on that in the coming days. So I had to do this one real quick because I wanted to talk about training yesterday, how sparring, it was so crazy, right, with my striking. With my striking this past week, I felt like I was getting a lot of looks, and I was able to capitalize on those looks. I felt like I was able to stay in feeder mode. You know, we have a saying, feeder or receiver, and you know, it's quote unquote, it's always my turn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you understand the feeder receiver system and that it's always your turn, you understand that you want to be the one in position feeding. You want to be having the person reacting to your movement, not you reacting to theirs. And so I was getting some looks, and I was thirsty to spar again yesterday because I wanted to see those looks again. Like I did. Like I didn't know that I had so much control over motherfuckers during that, like certain micro moments in striking. It's kind of crazy. You feel me? Like, you gotta remember, I'm somebody that I used to do striking like 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And then now, you know, I toned shit back because I didn't have time to do all the kickboxing and stuff. So I toned it back. Plus, you know, I wanted to get certain things going, like start the podcast and try to read books more, and you know, try to long term, try to just get something going for the long run. You know, and I figure like if I'm doing kickboxing, like I'm taking wild time. And that's not to say that I don't want to do another martial art, because I actually do. I actually want to do more martial arts. You know, I need to stay exposed. But at the same time, I'm realizing that it's not so much about information. It's just about refinement. So anyway, I was getting off on a tangent. But actually, the refinement part is where it's full circle. So I'm in there, and I'm getting these different looks. And I'm noticing, like, you know, because that's what it is. I'm getting more and more fluent with everything. So that's where the kickboxing tangent came from. I'm getting more and more fluent. You feel me? And so I'm starting to understand what I can do. And so I was feeling that shit on Wednesday. I was fucking feeling that shit. And it's crazy because I hadn't sparred in like 2 weeks. And I just knew that shit. I was like, yo, I know, like when I get in there, I know what kind of looks I'm looking for. I know what I want. And I was finding them shits. And so I was excited to spar again yesterday morning because I wanted to see if I could get those same looks back. Sure enough, I got those looks back. I got all of that shit back. And I was excited about that shit. No lie, bro. I was hitting combos, and I felt so relaxed in there, yo. I felt more relaxed than usual. You feel me? Like, usually I'm not relaxed in there. And I've gotten better. I've gotten more and more relaxed. I used to be god terrible. But I started to relax myself a little bit more. And through it, I noticed what I can do. And that there's more I can do. And I can get my feet set. And I can throw these strikes efficiently. Bring them back home. Make sure that my defense is up. Keeping my chin tucked. Keeping my breathing solid. Yo, there's so much mechanics that go into that shit. But dead ass, bro. Like, this is why motherfuckers be having to learn how to fight. Because it's nerve-wracking. with strikes. It's nerve-wracking, bro. It is. Trust me, when I was down there doing JKD, doing the kickboxing, when I would go to sparring with guys, I would fuck up everybody and be mad nervous. Mad nervous. I would fuck up everybody. Bro, and that still is crazy to me to this day. That guys would have more skill than me, but I would have more endurance and I could last longer than all of them. So I would just be whipping everybody out. Like once the bell ring, I'll be the one standing there, they all be gasping for air. That should be hilarious. But I felt like I wasn't getting anything from it. You know what I'm saying? But I was always getting offers to come to the more advanced sparring classes. But I never had time for it. But now, up in Jungle Gym, hell no. Motherfuckers know how to fight in there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna get mollywopped. Even the guy that just started, like, he probably was training martial arts since he was like 10. And now he's in here and he's just fucking you up. Hey, it is what it is. That's why you go to training. All right. Anyway, let me get ready because I got to run this morning. Know what I mean? This is probably going to be a late post up for obvious reasons. Because last night, I don't know, Friday night's just been enjoyable. See, I almost had a relationship last month where it's like I had a person coming over early in the day and then I had more time for myself on like certain days off. Well, now all of that has changed and now I'm back to strictly doing things on Fridays and some Saturdays. So, you know what it is. You know how it goes. Hit that like, hit that sub. It's Magoo. I'm out. Oos.